Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Hold one, Andre.
You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
Oh my God!
Sorry, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two, on bar.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Dummy.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
Hold three, Lamas covers. Three-handle family Gradunzel.
Mamma mia!
And now, Unchained.media presents the B Plus Podcast with your host, Greg Unchained.
It's me, Austin! It was me all along, Austin!
Number 4, Armbar.
I will never retire!
I still got 200 more. I got 200 more holes to list.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the B Plus Podcast. I'm your host, Greg Unchained. Today is Saturday. You know what that means. It's time for the view from the WWE Universe as we march on towards Melbourne, the Super Show-Down. We're going to be there. We hope you're going to be there. Come say hi. I am joined, of course, as ever, by CJ. How are you, CJ?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, I am quite well. I'm ready to dive in. We got 9 hours of TV. There's no time to dilly-dally anymore. When it was 7 hours, it was like, okay, we can shoot this shit. But now there's 9 hours, man. 9 hours of TV that we need to watch and then cover for these people.
I'm actually waiting for it to hit the 10-hour mark. I don't know why. I just really am.
Yeah, well, NXT UK is going to come. And, I mean, we could be really crazy and we could be like, let's watch Total Divas and Ms. and Mrs. as well. And then you've got 11 hours.
Well, I covered Total Divas. Does that count?
Total Divas, yeah. I don't know. Total Divas actually received its lowest rating ever for the season premiere this year. So
I don't blame it.
The writing's got to be on the wall, right? They can't keep going with this show forever, surely.
Nope. They need to keep Total Bellas or Total Divas or split them.
Look, it was a guilty pleasure for me in its early years. I liked the first 4 seasons.
Yeah. Season 5 it kind of died off for me as well, but I don't know. I thought this one would be interesting.
Yeah. But let's jump into the week. Let's start where the week began. Monday Night Raw. What do you want to talk about first with Monday Night Raw?
First things, I actually want to touch on the brand new opening that WWE have debuted this week. For the then, now, and forever.
Now, forever. Yeah, it goes a bit long for my liking.
Nah, see, I like it. I think it paid...
The old one was shorter.
Really well.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. I don't know. They probably needed to cut for that extra, 45 seconds somewhere, so they put it in there. But I don't know. I like it. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's always good to have a new one. It's always good to freshen it up. But I was a fan of the old one. You know, call me crazy. Call me a traditionalist. I like the old one. But it's... I know, for me, it's just a little... It just goes a little too long. No? It is longer than the old one, right?
Slightly. I think it's only a couple of seconds longer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those couple of seconds matter when you're talking about a 3-hour fucking show. Ugh. Raw is just too long. Not that... I mean, that said, come Thursday morning, I'm happy to sit down and watch NXT 205 Live and Mae Young Classic for 3 hours, and it feels like nothing to me. But Raw feels like a really slow 3 hours, especially when you do something like spend 20 minutes on a charity segment.
Yeah.
With Connor's... I mean, look, it's great work that they're doing. I love the work that they're doing, but did that really need to be on Raw?
I don't know. I think Raw's the biggest thing, so it kind of did have to work.
Do it before the show. Put it on WWE.com as an exclusive. It's just 20 minutes of them out there with a freaking... They drive out their Hyundai car and they get a check and they have all the superstars standing on the stage for 20 minutes for some fucking reason. Yeah. They didn't need to be there. Out come the heels. And you got... at the beginning of the show, you have the Shield... the Shield want to destroy, Braun Strowman, right?
Yep.
They're standing right next to each other.
Yeah,
they even looked at each other.
I was waiting for a moment where, after all of the nice sentimental things happen, all of a sudden you just see this Dogs of War and Shield just start pounding each other, and the whole locker room's like, what happened?
See, I would have enjoyed that. That would have made the whole segment better to me.
Yeah.
Shit, even if you had the freaking superstars on the stage just get bored and start a food fight, that would have been better for me. I don't know.
Yeah, but would we get the answer to who threw the pie at Kevin's face?
Oh, there's a loose thread. Maybe they could have finally paid that off. No, I don't know. I just 20 minutes on a charity segment. Like, look, the work they do is fantastic.
Yes.
And it wouldn't have bugged me if I was watching this on delay. I could have fast forwarded it, but I was actually watching this live, so it just frustrated the hell out of me.
You poor thing. But moving on from the charity aspect of Monday Night Raw, we had Shield opening the show, saying that they want to take on anyone pretty much. That they've had enough.
Yeah, right. We're the workhorses.
Yep.
WWE. Yeah.
And then you have, of course, Braun Strowman, Dolph, and Drew come out on the stage.
Right, and they're going to try to sow the seeds of dissension with Dean Ambrose.
I actually like how they've done it. I actually don't mind it.
Me too.
But I don't know. There are a few ways that I can see it working, and there are a few ways where I can see it not working. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think that it's good that they're doing this straight up out the gate because we know that's what they want to do.
Yes. Yeah.
But it just seems weird to me. Like, I mean, look, we know that they've got this match coming up. They're advertised for matches as far down the road as post-Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right.
So we know that the Shield aren't splitting anytime soon.
No, if anything, it'll happen closer to WrestleMania. And they'll have either Ambrose or Seth go over as the Royal Rumble winner, if they do it that way.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where it's going, which is often a good thing for me. When I don't know where something's going, it's a good thing. Like, I thought that the answer is obviously Dean's going to turn, but with them sowing the seeds like this early and being so obvious about it, like obviously with the Dogs of War doing that whole thing, I don't know if they're going to go with that. I think that they're acknowledging that it's there, but they're not going to do it, if that makes sense.
They're probably teasing, like, the internet marks, and they're like, oh, hey, yeah, we want this guy to turn heel. And the WWE are like, not going to happen, bro.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I really liked the way Seth turned it around with Drew. That I didn't see coming, and that made me very happy, because I'm like, it's true. Dolph is riding his coattails. That's what we said when they first got together.
Yeah, he is.
Right?
Yes. So what I would like to see, right, is Drew and Dolph switch sides in a winner-takes-all match. That would be pretty cool.
Right. I don't know.
Or they've both had enough of each other's team's shit, and they go out together. And just, they have their singles runs, but when it comes to the Shield and Dolph, like, attacking them, those two have each other's backs because they know what it's like.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's one of those things. I don't see where it's going, and I don't have a preferred outcome. I like the idea of the Shield being these three dudes that aren't going to break up, but obviously Seth has stabbed them in the back before, so I don't think they're going to be a solid unit like the New Day. I don't think that's going to happen. No. I like the idea of them switching. I don't know if I like the idea of them striking out on their own. Sorry, buddy. That's a swing and a miss for me. But
all right, that's how it is.
But I got nothing. So I don't know. Like, maybe to me, the whole thing is just treading water anyway.
It's what it is. They're treading water to Saudi Arabia.
Well, not even treading water to Saudi Arabia. It's because Saudi Arabia is a nothing show. Like, I don't think any titles are going to change or anything at Saudi Arabia. I think that they're treading water and they're just padding Roman's. They're just padding Roman's title run.
Yeah,
because you watch, if they have a match at TLC, that means the title's not being defended. If they have they're having matches at Madison Square Garden, the title's not being defended. It's just a way to protect Roman and keep Roman. Everything they do is it's all for you, Roman.
Yeah, I'm really not looking forward to how they're going to build this title run, because by the sounds of it, they're going to have him being the fighting champion without defending the actual championship. That's what it seems like they're doing.
Yeah, you can't call him a fighting champion if he's not defending. That's
exactly right.
Yeah.
But after that segment, then you had Finn Balor and Jinder Mahal opening the show with a somewhat okay match.
Yeah, right. So they're doing some mixed match challenge building. They're doing stuff that, and it's frustrating seeing people online, and some of them are the same people that will praise everything New Japan does, but seeing people online being like, oh, it's just, these matches are stupid, like the mixed match challenge doesn't matter, so these matches don't matter, rah, rah. And it's like, when you watch the G1, when you watch the G1 tournament, they do all the tag matches that build to the solo matches. This is the same thing. It's a solo match that's building to the tag match for the tournament. I liked it. I thought it was good. I think it gives the mixed match challenge that little bit of extra attention that it needs, because the mixed match challenge matches, I know you're not watching it because you're a fucking lunatic, but they're the most fun thing in WWE.
I watched a little bit of it this week, actually.
Okay.
Tiny bit.
Right. Awesome. We'll get to that soon. Let's rush through Raw and SmackDown so we can get to the good stuff. Then you had this is the one that everyone's talking about. Riot Squad versus the Bellas and Natty. And at first I was like, oh, well, this is going to be nothing and we're going to talk about it for 2 seconds and who gives a shit, because, it's just a preview for the match that's coming up. But instead of Ronda, they've got Natty there. And wow, Brie Bella knocked out Liv Morgan. Cold
as stone. Like, the first kick, I was cringing. I saw that first kick connect. And then when the second one kicked, I had to walk away from the screen. I was like, that's brutal. That is absolutely brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. There's been a lot of backlash about it. It's even made mainstream news. It was on 7 News Australia today on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the people that are writing about it too, like on Yahoo and on 7 and stuff, the people that are writing about it, they have no idea what they're talking about. In a quote, they put it in quote marks, in a staged fight. Why are you putting the quotes around staged? We know wrestling is staged. Why would you put a quote around that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand though, right? Yes, Liv Morgan caught the boot to the face. It was mistiming on both ends. That's all it was. Accidents happen. But where was it where everyone was saying that Daniel Bryan had to retire due to concussions and neck injuries? No one covered it unless they were in the States. But all of a sudden, no, a girl gets kicked in the face and everyone's talking about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
to me, I'm like...
it's like an easy target. Like, women are fragile. Why is this happening? It's pathetic. It's useless. It's bullshit. But
you see this, like, I don't watch much indies, but the moment I hear, a girl just went through a table, or she just, take Joey Ryan, for example, like, he's flipping people with his dicks and no one's complaining about that.
Right. So you're talking about wrestling fans themselves?
Yeah, everyone's complaining about this, but no one complains about other stuff.
Yeah, it's because they just...
You can't make anyone happy.
It's because they just don't like Brie Bella. They don't like the Bellas. They don't like Brie Bella. They think Brie Bella's a terrible in-ring competitor, which, I mean, look, she's not the best, but she's certainly not the worst. Right?
Lana. Sorry.
No, but even Lana, like, if you took her to some local shows, she would outclass everyone there. Men and women alike. Because there's some really bad wrestling out there. There really is some very bad wrestling out there. But, like, obviously not in WWE, and in you can make the argument to get to that level, whatever. There's always going to be different levels of skill. Not everyone is going to be Kento Miyahara, not everyone is going to be. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing. Brie is good at her job, like it or not.
Yes, she is.
Whether you like it or not, whether you like her or not, she is good at her job. She is valuable to the company, very valuable to the company. And what happened in the ring was no different to what happens in the ring any other night when someone gets hurt. People get hurt all the time. It ain't ballet, as they say. And when I watched it too, I actually put just as much blame on Liv, because when you watch it back, and I shifted it to 0.75 speed just to slow it down to check. And Liv is like slow selling the kicks, right? Which is good at the beginning of the S kicks. You slow sell. But then as it shifts into the higher speed, you need to pick up your selling and you throw your head back and forward quicker. And she didn't speed up her selling. And so it was a matter of bad timing. And probably Brie Bella's a little bit rusty, and Liv Morgan's not the most experienced person in the world. And it was just a bad congruent of elements, and it was poor timing, and she got kicked in the face.
Yeah. That's what it was. But the credit to her for getting up and taking that triple suplex spot.
Oh, dude, she kicked out.
A concussion, she got straight in.
She was cold. She was out cold, and she kicked out. Like, Brie had to pick her up and move her to the corner, which, by the way, very bad when she has a concussion. Probably
Very bad.
probably should have
Should've
just
just
let
pushed
the
her
ref
out the ring.
throw up the X, right?
Yeah.
You should have done
Would have
your
been the
whole
smarter way.
done your whole pose. Like when you realize that she's out, instead of picking her up like that, you should have done the whole pose sort of thing while the ref checks on her and gives you the time to throw up the X.
That's exactly right.
But in a moment like that, how do you know, right? Like it threw off the entire match. You don't know what you're doing. And I think that the girls all did a really great job covering for what happened. And I think you really saw Ruby Riott take control.
Yes, yeah. That shows the veteran instinct that Ruby Riott has shown prior, is that she took over this match completely.
Yeah.
I think from watching it, to me, I was like, okay, Nikki Bella or Natty's about to start talking this match through. They're about to start telling everyone what to do, and it's not going to end well. And then Ruby Riott was like, nah, like, stuff this. I'm taking over.
Natty would be able to ring general this as well, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But,
yeah, 100%.
But Ruby took
to me,
absolute control. And Ruby, obviously, she's been
Yes.
wrestling for a long time as Heidi Lovelace on the Indies, and she's a fantastic talent. And to me, the thing people should be talking about out of this is not how poor Brie Bella's form was, or how she lifted the leg a little bit higher and she knocked her out. Like that, those things happen in wrestling. What you should be talking about is, damn, they did a good job after that happened of
Yes.
finishing the match, even though everything they had planned went out the window. Because
that's exactly right.
Because when you have something planned, right? Like when I have plans for my day, and one thing goes wrong and it throws off the entire day, I do not recover as gracefully as these women did under the leadership of Ruby Riott. That's what we should be talking about.
That's exactly
But
right.
everything's got to be negative. We can't look at things in a happy, positive way. That's ridiculous. We're wrestling fans.
Well, you know what? Why don't we change it? Why don't we class ourselves? We are still the B+. We still look at things positive. Well done for Liv for getting back up, and well done to Riot Squad for picking up the win.
Yeah, absolutely. So Riot Squad pick up the win. They're building momentum moving towards MCG, where they're going to take, because obviously Ronda wasn't in this match. So
yeah, actually, I do want to touch on that MCG match. With this concussion, does that put Liv Morgan out? Does that make it a standard tag team match now?
She might
They're
be
going
able
to have to change the card.
If it's a mild concussion, she might be able to make it back in time, but probably not. She's probably going to be out, and we might, who knows, they might bring someone new into the Riot Squad.
Paige return? No,
Paige.
No.
Paige can't bump, but aesthetically, you could throw. Oh, it wouldn't work because they're heels. I was going to say aesthetically, you could throw Lita in there, but how good would that be? But she's not a heel, and she would never be able to work as a heel. I'm trying to think,
not anymore.
Who they could get that's a heel that would fit. Unless they just say we're going to do it as a tag team.
Yeah, unless they just do it as a basic tag team and pin Ronda against someone else. That's all I can say.
Well, no, or you could have a 3-on-2 handicap match. Although they're faces, so that why would they have the numbers advantage? Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to pay attention and see what happens. But it may change the card.
Yeah,
it
may, could very much change the card.
It may change the card significantly. If we end up with a Ronda title match because of this, then I'm very happy.
I'd be happy.
Sorry, Liv. We wish you a speedy recovery, but this may have worked out better for us as Australian fans.
Does that mean we get more Buddy Murphy time?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Just fill that entire part of the card with Buddy Murphy. We're good.
Put the Iconics in this match with the Riot Squad.
Make it a 4-on-4.
So they have two matches.
Yep. Oh, give them 6. I really don't mind.
Let's just have the Iconics be the special guest ambassadors and host, and they can introduce every single match and segment, and like just make fun of everyone as they come to the ring. It would be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Just give me an iconic night in Melbourne. That's what I want.
Yes,
because their match is such a throwaway, but we'll get to that.
Yes, it is.
The Revival versus Drew and Dolph. This match was incredible, and it impressed Vince McMahon, according to the Dirty Dirt sheets.
Oh, okay. Who exactly did it? Who impressed Vince?
Drew McIntyre. Damn it! No, I don't know. Apparently, he was just very high on this match. He thought it was one of the best tag team matches he's seen in a long time. Well,
to be honest, for some of the stuff they've been producing on Monday Night Raw, that's really not hard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but their tag team run at the moment is absolutely abysmal.
Yeah.
But we're not going to blame the wrestlers. We're not going to blame Vince himself. It's just the writing's not the best for the tag team division right now.
They've got talent there that they could utilize, but
yeah,
it just hasn't been. Yeah, it hasn't been booked well. Hasn't been written well.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw Drew and Dolph go over with the win on that one. So of course the Revival were never going to get that win. I'm sorry.
No, I know it's terrible.
Your boys missed out again.
Yep. As is.
But hopefully down the track that they get it.
Well, yeah. Well, if they've impressed Vince McMahon, there's hope that there will be a push for the Revival.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But straight after that, we had the Elias and Bobby Lashley segment.
Right. So Elias and Kevin Owens. It was the Kevin Owens show. And,
sorry, it was the Kevin Owens show. Yeah. Sorry.
And I was honestly when Owens said he wanted to get to know Lio Rush a little better, I was 110 million% expecting a midget impersonator.
That would have been fantastic.
I was like, because he took that little bit too long to come out, like his music, I came to collect, it starts playing and it lingers on the rampway, and it was that shot, it's just that iconic shot where it lingers on the rampway and it takes that couple of seconds too long and you're like, what's going on here? Oh, it's a midget. That's what's going on. But no, they've got the little legs.
That would have been fantastic.
They don't come out as quickly. But apparently Lio Rush just doesn't come out as quickly because he's got little legs anyway.
He's a midget anyway, but mind you, midgets get booster seats. What the heck?
Yeah, Elias pulls out a booster seat for Lio Rush. How good was that? So Lio Rush isn't an idiot. He's not going to get in the ring with the two of them, and he brings out his Rocky Mountain made machine. Looks like money, smells like money because he is money. The heavyweight that's back to dominate Bobby Lashley. You give Bobby Lashley some nicknames that rhyme, and all of a sudden he's 10 times more interesting.
Yeah, with Bobby Lashley's return, I was like, I'm on your side here. I like the pairing. Having Lio Rush.
That, my friend, is called the Rush effect.
Yeah, having Lio Rush. Like, I've always been a fan of Lio Rush. Like, I've watched his stuff in the Indies. He's one person I did watch in the Indies. Yeah. But having his stuff, having his voice and the charisma that he carries, carrying Bobby Lashley, in a sense, on the mic, Bobby doesn't need it.
Right.
But it helped.
Yeah, apparently what happened too was people, executives saw his little, the promos that he would post to Twitter and Instagram. And that's just stuff that he does on his own just for fun, right? Like, he's just building his character. He just does that to do it himself and takes it on his own to develop his character. And that caught their eye. And they were like, we need to bring this guy on Raw. And Vince wanted Bobby Lashley to have a mouthpiece, so the pieces just fell into place. And holy crap, it works! This is going to become one of those stories. It's going to become one of those stories where they'll talk about it in 20 years at a Hall of Fame. Because it's just so perfect. Right place, right time. Everything works. These two are going to have a hell of a run. If Lio Rush managing Bobby Lashley doesn't take Bobby Lashley straight to the Universal title scene, I don't know what will.
It won't do it just yet. I reckon Bobby won't hit that Universal Championship. Like, he won't go for it until at the end of Roman Reigns' run. I honestly don't think they'll put him anywhere near it, because if Roman Reigns goes over Bobby Lashley, they'll immediately bury Bobby.
Yeah, well, we don't want him. We don't want him in the ring with Roman Reigns. We definitely don't want that.
There's two ways that it could come out. He could go for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Jump to SmackDown and go for the US title or WWE title. Either one.
The US title scene is pissing me off at the moment, but that's another discussion.
But how cool would it be if we could see Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley win the tag team titles?
I don't think so. I think Lio Rush is perfect as the manager who also wrestles on 205 Live. It would be great to see, maybe Bobby wins the Intercontinental Championship and Lio Rush wins the Cruiserweight Championship. And so he's got, imagine him having a manager who has a title.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually. That would be so good.
The manager comes out. He's not a manager, by the way. He's a hype man.
He's a hype man.
That's what he calls himself. He's his hype man. So I don't know if he's actually handling the business affairs or if he's just there to come up with all these cool nicknames that make Bobby Lashley smile. So
either way, it works.
My man. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is the first time in his 10+ year career that I've been a fan of Bobby Lashley. So it's fantastic. Yeah. And then we have Nia Jackson, Alicia Fox, and that was,
boring.
Just Foxy being a jobber for some reason. It sucks that, I mean, someone has to be the jobber. But Foxy, I like Foxy a lot, so, it is what it is.
Yeah. Then we have Shield versus Corbin and his mystery opponents.
Oh, gee, I wonder who it'll be.
To be honest, I had no idea. If
they had have put AOP at, I knew straight away. As soon as he said mystery opponent, I tweeted out, it's going to be AOP. but when they did that, what you should have done is have AOP face a jobber tag team earlier in the night, so that people think, AOP have already been on the show. Who are the partners going to be? Who could it be? I wonder. Maybe someone's coming back. Maybe, but there was none of that because it was just like, well, obviously it's AOP. They wear vests too. This makes sense.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But honestly, how out of place did Drake Maverick look? It was comical. Next to Baron Corbin and AOP, and he's wearing a fucking singlet. Just put him in a suit, because a small guy in a suit looks good. It's so bad.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where I can't actually stand looking at Drake Maverick. Like, to me, when I see him on 205, when he's got his suit, he looks good, he looks presentable, he looks like the boss. He
looks like money. He smells like money. Drake Maverick and AOP, they need Lio Rush to be their hype man.
I'm just imagining every time that Drake Maverick now comes out for a 205 piece, to have Lio Rush running from somewhere out the back being like, wait, I haven't announced you yet.
The general manager who looks like money, who smells like... No, for real though, I hate Drake Maverick in this role. It makes me sad because I love Drake Maverick, but
yeah,
I just don't like anything they're doing with that. Like, I like his promos, like, that's fine. Like, and yeah, AOP need a guy, but it's just so bad.
Just not Drake Maverick.
Yeah. And then after the match, after Shield win lol, after that happens, Dean chooses, like, they do this whole bit where Dean's like on the ramp, and is he going to go with them or is he going to stay with the Shield? And he stays with the Shield, and everyone cheers, and the brothers are united. It's stupid. It was stupid. Yep. I didn't enjoy it at all, but, it is what it is.
I knew they wouldn't turn it. Like, as soon as they started teasing it, I'm like, really? You have 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks. I don't know.
And
but other than that...
Then we go to Smackdown.
Yeah, I was going to say, apart from that, we get Truth TV.
Truth TV! Holy crap. This is my segment of the week. Hands down. No match, no anything.
100%.
No anything was more entertaining than Truth TV. And hats off to R-Truth. R-Truth is a guy, and I'm guilty of it too, that just flies under the radar. No one talks about how great he is. He was the NWA champion in TNA for a while, I think twice. He he was one of the guys that got me to tune into TNA in that weekly pay-per-view era because I was a huge fan of K-Quick. I was a huge fan of R-Truth. I was a huge fan of... he became Ron Killings when he left.
Yep.
And I just love R-Truth. But then, since he returned and he's been R-Truth again, and it's kind of... He just flies under the radar.
Yeah, I think when he returned, he was originally just like, you know what, I'm happy just being here. I think that's what R-Truth is doing. But I think now that WWE have gone, all right, you are fantastic on the mic. We've seen it for years. It's about time you got your dues.
Yeah. Well, I
think that's what it was.
A lot of people are like, oh, R-Truth needs a world title run before you... No, that's never going to happen, and it shouldn't happen. And the best that I would love to see him accidentally wander out on 205 Live. Right, like just by accident,
or just walk out on NXT and demand a cruiserweight championship match
on NXT. Yeah, no, I don't know. I want him. I would like to see him get another title run of some kind, but yeah, I just his whole thing with confusing Carmella and he played on Truth TV too. He's like, I'm really glad you dyed your hair because Carmella has gone brunette. It looks fantastic. Mella is money.
She looks good. She looks good with that hair done.
All of a sudden, everyone's on the Mella train, And I'm like,
Hey, no, we've been on that train for ages.
been telling you all for months, get on the Mela train. Mela is money. And everyone hated her when she was a heel, and now they love her when she's a babyface. And you know what that says? She's good at her goddamn job.
That's exactly right. As soon as she came up with the babyface with R-Truth and everyone else was like, oh, wait, Mela's really good. Even I was just turning around, I was like, guys, really? You haven't been watching her for the last 6 months when she was champion?
We're supposed to be smart now in this era, right? We're supposed to be smart, and everyone thinks they're so smart. And so she wrestles crappy and gets heat for wrestling crappy. And then, and I say, look, she's actually better than that. She's just limits her moveset. She limits herself because it's what gets her heat in the 2018 internet smart fan era. And no one believes you. And I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. Like how easy it is for someone to still get worked in 2018. She's very clear.
That's exactly right.
She's better at her job than even I expected her to be. She's so good. But yeah, when R-Truth tells her, when R-Truth is just like, I'm glad you dyed your hair. Now I can tell you apart from other Carmella. Dance break.
So oh yes, I love the dance break. But the other thing as well during Truth TV, what made me laugh the most, it wasn't the smartest comments from R-Truth. It wasn't the dance break. It wasn't the roastings. It was the fucking place cards that R-Truth pulled out. I don't know why, but I laughed for a solid 5 minutes. As soon as I saw him pull out his glasses and pull out the place cards, I paused the show. I was like, that can't be happening. Went back, replayed it, and yes, he fucking pulled out place cards. What the hell?
Yeah. R-Truth, man.
And I just love how he puts glasses on, and then he's like squinting, so he has to take it back off to read the place card.
Yeah. R-Truth is going to be up there.
He wears glasses, but that's not the point.
He's going to be up there with PCO as comeback of the year. It's what a story. But even everything about this segment was so great. Right down to Brian when he asks Brian the question about whether it's cathartic to be one step closer to the title if he beats him and stuff. And then Brian goes in and like defines cathartic. Like Brian's answer was amazing.
Yes.
Like it was like legit. Like this isn't funny. This was legit. Like he defines cathartic. He's like, do you know what cathartic means? And Truth is like, well, I know, but for all the other people, why don't you go ahead and tell them? And he defines cathartic, and he cuts this promo about how yes, it would be very cathartic to beat Miz and get closer to the title. And it made me care more about the match because, like I said, going into it, I wanted Miz to win so that we could separate them that way, have Miz have a heel run for the title, and then go against AJ and blah blah. That's what I've been saying for months. But this made me want to go your way and have Daniel Bryan win because I'm like, it would be cathartic, wouldn't it? And
it would be. I'm
trying to hold back that cathartic release. I'm trying to hold that back till Mania. But maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to just blow all over the joint here.
I think it's time. I think they need to have not even pull out early, but have a best of 5 series. In a sense, a best of 5 series that's lasted 8 freaking years. Yeah. But I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, well, Miz interrupts. We've talked enough about Truth TV, how great it is. Miz interrupts and says he wants his show back, and then they do another dance break. Oh, wait, hang on. Line of the night, though. He tells R-Truth that he's an idiot, and then R-Truth is just like, I'm an idiot with a talk show.
Yes.
Because Truth's reasoning was he beat The Miz, and The Miz doesn't have a title, but if The Miz had a title, then R-Truth would have that title now, but he didn't have a title. Right. He had a show, so I took the show.
That was the best thing ever. I love
the way his brain works. Anyway, so ultimately, Paige ends up telling Miz, like, go out there and have a match and get your show back, and he does, and Miz wins, unfortunately, so I don't think we're going to see another
with the running knee. With the running knee.
Yeah, he won with Brian's running knee, and Brian was on commentary, and he was a bit insulted.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, so he gets in the ring and Miz immediately runs away. Yeah.
Pretty much. And then, after Truth TV and the Miz match, we have Sheamus versus Big E.
Well, we also had Becky Lynch jumping Charlotte. We can't forget that. Becky Lynch jumped Charlotte.
Why did I not have that in my notes?
Beats the crap out of her, and she's having a photo shoot, and she jumps up from behind and attacks her, and she's like, take the champ's photo instead. I loved it. I know we're not meant to. I know she's a heel, but...
As we've been saying for weeks, mate, Becky Lynch, no matter what, whether she's heel or face, you're going to love her.
You're going to love her. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Something about a red-haired lass.
Yeah, 100%.
Just can't hate her. Can't hate her. I don't know why. Anyway, then yeah, as you said, Bar and New Day, Big E and Sheamus, they do their thing.
Before we move on from there, real quick, I want to put out a massive congratulations to Kofi Kingston for becoming the longest reigning tag team champion of all time.
Right, yeah, and CM Punk
956 days.
Yeah. He's beat out Billy Gunn, which is, that's actually kind of impressive, to be honest with you, because Billy Gunn,
it is.
Like a lot of people think, oh yeah, Billy and Road Dogg, right, the New Age Outlaws, but Billy Gunn also had some decent runs with Chuck, right? Billy and Chuck.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So, yeah.
When they nearly got married.
It's pretty impressive. But, it was Big E versus Sheamus. Sheamus gets the win. It was not really anything there. Paige spends the entire show trying to take precautions to make sure things don't get out of hand during the contract signing. But we'll get to that later.
Yes.
Lana, Rusev, and Aiden English. What do you think about this?
This is actually, I don't know, the beginning of this started to bore me.
Right.
Yes, I like the little video packages that they had where it looked as both Rusev, it was English's fault or it was Lana's fault. Both packages worked out well. But I don't know. We need to dive deeper. We need to dive into Milwaukee.
I think it's stupid. I'm the reverse. I thought it was great until they did the Milwaukee thing. Right? Like, okay, you can spin it either way. Either Aiden fucked up or Lana fucked up. Rusev needs to say, I need to be on my own. Right? That's the way I'd take it. But instead, they go into this, are you going to tell him about that night in Milwaukee? Like, she's cheated on him, or... I just hope it doesn't end up being something stupid like that, you know?
No, I think what it is...
There's a lot of potential for this to be terrible.
There is. But there's also a lot of potential for it to be good.
I don't think so. I don't see that potential at all.
I can see it working well. I don't know why, I just can.
How would you get out of it? What happened in Milwaukee?
To me, the best way I can see this is just a straight out split between the three of them and have Aiden English capturing Lana on camera, turning around saying Rusev will never succeed as a champion in the WWE, that he needs to leave. Because they were teasing that for months. Right. That is where I think they're leading.
Okay, that would be okay. If what it is a video of her saying something disparaging about Rusev.
I mean, it's a husband, for crying out loud. Like, no one ever wants to hear their partner put them down.
Right. Ever. If that's what it is, then it's good. If it's literally anything else, then it's bad.
Pretty much.
People are speculating that it's The Rock because which I guess that would, because The Rock alluded to a night that he had with Lana. He was like, "Remember that time?"
Sure.
But if that's the case and it's leading to a match with The Rock where Rusev is pissed off, maybe it's good. I don't know. But I don't know, the whole infidelity as an angle, I don't know.
Maybe that's where they're putting Saudi Arabia. Maybe The Rock's just coming back for one special match at Saudi Arabia, and it's Rusev versus The Rock for Lana.
Oh. Oh.
I'm sorry, I had to go there.
And then what? It's all an angle because Lana's. It's not just for Saudi Arabia. It's also because Lana is going to act in one of The Rock's movies.
Probably.
So she's going to disappear and she's going to go to a season on Ballers. No, let's not. By the way, where are you on the, I think we should do a Facebook poll. Where are you on the covering of the Saudi Arabia show?
What do you mean on the covering?
Well, the only feedback I've gotten from people is, yeah, you shouldn't cover it.
Oh, to be honest, I haven't really heard much from it. Like, talking to friends, they were like, well, we're going to watch it, but I don't know, we're tossing and turning because it's just going to be another shit show that's going to mean nothing to us.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting.
Let's put the only reason I'll watch it week, I think. Let's put it to a Facebook poll and just be like, do you want us to watch it and cover it so that you don't have to? Because if us watching it and covering it means that, 100 people don't watch it, net positive. If people are like, nah, don't cover it, it's stupid and the politics is terrible and let's just stay away from it and just talk about Evolution instead, then I think maybe we go that route. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Yeah. I'm still on the fence because I saw a really good piece this week that was interviewing a Middle Eastern expert, like an actual. That's right. A wrestling website went and found a university level professor, Middle East expert. One of these talking heads from TV, and spoke to him about the actual impact that a deal like this with WWE has on the region. And he says that it's good for everyone, that it is actually pushing forward an agenda, that it's getting the youth out there and giving them more forms of entertainment, and it's breaking that real austere rule that has been in place for so long, and it's shifting the culture. And if that's the case, then I kind of want to get behind it. But that's
what it's doing.
It still feels
that's what it's doing. Yeah, I can understand where it's coming from. They're trying to build their culture. Fantastic. But do more live shows around the area where it costs less money to begin with.
And you're not putting propaganda down people's throats.
Yeah,
because that was the big thing. That was the big thing that turned me off. There was two things. There was the Iran angle where you went back to the 80s and it was Saudi Arabia versus Iran, like freaking like Sergeant Slaughter turning his back on America. It was just gross. That whole angle at the Greatest Royal Rumble was gross. And then the other thing was just this clear nostalgia jerk-offs to make the prince happy for all the money he paid, and the propaganda, the video about look how far we've come, even though there's no women on this show. Like, I don't know, man. I see both sides, I do, but I'm still on the fence. We'll put it to a Facebook poll. Yeah, I still say we put it to a Facebook poll and we abide by whatever that comes up as.
Yep, yeah, definitely. We'll put it to a Facebook poll, but the only thing that would actually make me watch it, like make me want to watch it, is if they actually do DX vs. Brothers of Destruction. But that's neither here nor there right now.
Yeah, so anyway, back to the point at hand. Rusev, Lana, Aiden English, I'm not sure it can be saved, but your idea is the one idea that could save it, I think.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So moving on from the Aiden English Rusev situation, we have Naomi and Asuka, or the Empress and the Glow, as they like to call themselves, versus Sandy, sorry. I'm going to call them Sandy, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose.
Sandy, I like it. Way better than...
I'm going to call them Sandy.
Way better than Asuka and Naomi's stupid Empress and Glow shit.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. And we have the Iconics on commentary. They just made the show 1,000 times better.
Yes, a lot of people hate Asuka doing this goofy stuff with Naomi. I like it. I think it's fun to explore a different side of the character. But I don't know, this did nothing for me except for the Iconics being on commentary.
That's pretty much all it did for me. I was kind of not focused on this match. I actually don't know. I think Asuka got the win on this one. That's how much focused I was, to be honest.
Yeah, Asuka got the win with the win with the Asuka lock. Yeah, it was a submission.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so
they buried Sandy.
Then Shinsuke Nakamura has a match with Ty Dillinger because of stuff that's been said on Twitter, and then Randy Orton comes out and attacks Ty Dillinger. What is any of this?
Okay.
What the hell is this? Like, what is this?
So what I see is they want to build Ty Dillinger. I know for a fact that the people behind the scenes, well, not for a fact, sorry, online statements have been made and online rumors have been made that behind the scenes are actually very high on Ty Dillinger, because apparently Ty puts in a lot of work backstage.
Okay.
Apparently he's doing a lot of behind the scenes work, and they're starting to reward him in ring, which is why he's getting a little bit more TV time every now and again. He's just had this match against the champion. Not only that, but he got the win over the champion, even though it was because of Randy Orton. Which, yes, Randy is... This situation can go one of two ways. They're either about to bury Ty Dillinger to the point where they're about to release him, or they're going to have Ty Dillinger go over Randy for some reason the weirdest event ever.
I mean, so they have Randy attack, and Randy's reason is, I just don't like the Perfect 10 shit, which is a badass reason. Like, I'm on board for that. But are they doing it on purpose with Shinsuke? Because the last person he attacked was against Shinsuke as well. Is Randy Orton actually in cahoots with Shinsuke? Shinsuke and his US title run is absolutely terrible. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to Shinsuke Nakamura, and everyone has been banging on about it for ages. Shinsuke's been treated terrible. And I'm like, man, he was in a world title program. He won the Royal Rumble. But this, you win the US title, and then you do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. He has not been entertaining in months. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know where they're going. Unless the only way that they're doing this is Randy somewhere down the track. Randy's like, no, you know what? The reason I was attacking everyone, it wasn't because I didn't like them. It wasn't because I was done with their shit. It's because I want you at full strength when I take you on for that the Universal Championship. That would be a much more interesting match than whatever the hell's happening in Saudi Arabia. The United States Championship, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Randy Orton. That is where it's leading. Randy's like, no, I want you at full power. Whoever attacks you is going to weaken you. So it's up to me.
I hate it. I think it's stupid. And then we get to the signing, the big angle, and AJ comes out, but Joe's not there. Where's Joe? All right, whatever. AJ's going to sign the contract. Joe shows up on the Titantron. Joe is at the house that AJ built, not Smackdown, the other one, the one that his family live in. And he's going to approach the door. And I know it got a little bit hokey for a bit with AJ being like, no, Joe, please don't. And it's like, he can't hear you. You're not on a phone. Yeah. You're in the middle of an arena. Like, why? To me, I'm putting myself in the character AJ Styles. You get flight, fight, or freeze, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't going to fight. There was no way he could. There was no... Freezing just doesn't make sense for AJ. He's the babyface.
Yeah.
Freezing doesn't make sense. He should have been running to the back to get his phone, to call the cops, to call a neighbor, to do action. You're a man of action. You're a babyface. You're the champion. You're the hero.
Yes.
Why did he not run to the back? Like, have him run to the back.
Know.
Have him run to the back. Have it split screen as he runs through the arena, like pushing people over. Have you seen my phone? Where's my bags? Where are my bags? Right? And still have that promo playing on the split screen and follow AJ as he's trying to get his phone and leave the arena. He grabs his bags. He's on the phone. He's calling the neighbor. He's getting into his car and follow him as he screams out of the arena and then have the video end. That to me would be way more exciting than what happened. It just kind of ended. And it's like, okay, so what happened? Like we're gonna find out next week what happened. Like, this is stupid.
To be honest, when it ended, I actually kind of freaked out because I was like, wait, am I missing a piece? Is there a segment after this? Or what?
No, just ended on a cliffhanger, which you can end on a cliffhanger in wrestling. Like, why did he do that? That's a cliffhanger you can end on, but you can't in wrestling because it's happening in real time. It's not like a TV show where next week you tune in and it picks up from the second you tuned out.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it goes back in time on some TV shows. But like in this, you tune in next week and a whole week has passed. Like, and we're going to find out what happened. That's stupid.
I think,
but Joe did a great job.
Joe did fantastic.
Yeah.
Joe did amazing. The only thing is yes, they've built it to the point where now AJ can lose his shit in a no disqualification match and beat the shit out of Joe legitimately. He can legitimately beat Joe. So not burying Joe because they can't make Joe look weak at this stage now. What they will do, they'll make AJ beat the living crap out of him, have AJ actually win clean, and then Joe moves on to something else elsewhere.
Right.
Like that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I still think Joe wins. I think Joe's in his head now.
See, yes, he's in his head, but I dug up a statistic after there was a thing mentioned on commentary this week, but I dug up a statistic doing some research and stuff. Now, you might find this interesting, you might not, I'm not sure. But for the listeners out there, AJ Styles has just reached 303 days or something like that as of SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
The Royal Rumble next year, puts him at 440 days. Just ahead of CM Punk's championship reign as the modern reigning WWE champion.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but they've already wiped that in their minds. They've already wiped that with Brock Lesnar. I know that they haven't really, but they have. So I don't know. I think I still kind of want Joe to win. I don't know. I'm happy either way. I love AJ Styles, so I guess we'll see what happens. But let's move on. Let's move on to the good stuff, the fun stuff. Mixed match challenge
stuff.
Mixed match challenge. Lio Rush comes out. He hypes up the Mickey of the hour and the Rocky Mountain Maid Machine, the heavyweight, who is back to dominate. Looks like money, smells like money, because he is money, Bobby Lashley. And why? Why would you let the fans choose their name? Mickey Bobby was the best name.
Ricky Bobby, I get it.
Yeah, Talladega Nights reference, right? Mickey
I
Bobby.
didn't even notice that.
Mickey Bobby was the best name. Or Shake and Bake. Call him Shake and Bake because then it's alluding to the Mickey Bobby thing.
Yes.
But instead, the fans chose Country Dominance. Like, what a shit name.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Mind you, I also don't understand the... What is Jinder and Alicia Fox?
Mahalisha.
Mahalisha. Like, what?
I love it. I think it's the best name ever, Mahalisha. But this was fun. Yeah. So Bobby Lashley picks up the win with the stalling suplex. Yes. Lio Rush did his whole run around the ring bit, and he drops Sunil, and then but anyway, at the end of the day, Alicia Fox basically blames Sunil, and she's like, he can't be at ringside next week. He can't.
Yeah,
we have to do things my way, and it's like, yes, Queen, get it. Be the boss, because you're teaming with an absolute joke.
Yeah, this team is an absolute joke. I'm sorry, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm just not a fan of Jinder Mahal. Like, I never have been. Just don't understand it. I just don't like him. Same as I don't like Lars Sullivan. Just don't like him. So,
fair enough.
I don't know. That's just my thing.
Then we move on and we get Fabulous Truth versus Asuka. And they have a dance break in the middle of the match, and Asuka gets in,
yes.
And then Miz gets all pissed off. And he's like, "No, I have the greatest moonwalk."
Oh, that moonwalk was disgusting.
But he actually walks like an astronaut.
It's disgusting.
I loved it.
Mind you, as I mentioned last week, I actually watched SmackDown ad free. So I get to watch what happens during the ad breaks that you guys don't get to see watching it live. During the Miz and R-Truth match for Miz TV this week, he actually attempted a proper moonwalk in front of Carmella. And Carmella got on the apron and was like, bitch, this is how you do it. And literally did a moonwalk, spun around, and nearly slapped him in the face. I was like, that's fantastic.
I just love when they get to do fun stuff, that's what wrestling is to me. Wrestling is that fun, interactive.
Wrestling is fun.
And it is. There was a promotion called Wrestling is Fun, and they were fantastic. They were allied with Chikara. Anyway, this Miz ends up... Oh, no, sorry. So in the end, Carmella taps out to the Asuka lock, and Asuka continue their winning streak. Next week, we get Ravishing Rusev Day versus Day One Glow, and B&B, which is Balor and Bayley, against Mahalisha. Now, Ravishing Rusev Day next week might have some trouble.
Yeah, I'm predicting that Rusev doesn't show up for that match.
Interesting. Now let's take a look at the 3-hour block that just flies on by. We'll start with 205 Live. Lio Rush versus Noam Dar. Lio Rush wins with the frog splash. Lio Rush just looks like an absolute star. At this point, we could rename The View from the WWE Universe to the Lio Rush Show.
Can we? Well, wait.
Because he's on 2 shows a week, and we're just going to keep talking about how great he is.
Yeah, but can we change our name then from the B Plus to the Gold Show? Or the Gold Rush? No, we're changing to the Gold Rush.
I don't want to be called the Gold Rush, no. The B Plus is fine. What about just the B Plus Rush?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but essentially, Lio Rush is the absolute freaking man. All we need is for him to pick up a client on SmackDown. Maybe put him with... Who on SmackDown could benefit from having...
Shinsuke.
Ty Dillinger.
Ty? Yep. Ty.
Put him with Ty Dillinger. And have... No, yeah, Shinsuke would actually make a lot of sense. But yeah, put him with Shinsuke Nakamura. And let's have him on every single show. Lio Rush is money. He's the man. I didn't like... On 205 Live, he was wearing like a crop top. I wasn't a huge fan of that.
Yeah, no, I couldn't understand that either. I was like, really? Really? That's your fashion choice? Okay, mate.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, it looked good on him. Like he's a good looking man. But it's, for me, I'm like, I wasn't really a fan of it. I think that I liked the way he came out previously. He clearly likes to try new things, so I don't think it'll last for too long. Then we get the backstage bit with Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander sitting down and talking with Daddy Maverick. And Buddy points out that last time they were in Cedric's hometown and his mum was there. This time they're in Buddy's hometown and he's going to win. Yep. And then he leaves.
Foreshadowing.
And he just leaves. It's like, yep, mic drop, I guess. Brian Kendrick taps out a jobber and Gulak gets in and just mercilessly beats the shit out of the guy. And Brian tells Drew that's enough.
Poor Jobber.
And that's it. Jobber did his job. TJP with a selfie promo in a lucha mask. This was really good.
Oh, I didn't see that bit. Why did I miss that bit?
Yeah, TJP cuts a selfie promo, and he's got a lucha mask on, and he's talking about how, a lot of people don't know this, but he used to wrestle in Mexico. He used to do lucha libre. He used to wrestle under a mask. And I didn't care about lucha then, and I don't care about lucha now.
Oh, wow.
All I care about is tapping people out, and he promises that next week he's going to make Kalisto tap.
You know what would be really cool?
What?
So, just going into fantasy booking mode as I do once a week at least. So TJP goes on this absolute rush, demolishing Lucha House Party and constantly taking their masks. Right? He starts building up this mask collection.
And then Rey Mysterio.
Yes. That's where I'm getting.
Right.
All of a sudden, he's like, you know what? I'm the best. I've beaten every luchador. And then all of a sudden, Dave Mavericks comes out and he's like, you know what? You actually haven't. You actually haven't beaten everyone because I just signed someone new.
Yeah.
And booyaka, booyaka.
Oh, man. The pop would be huge. I don't think Vince is going to waste Rey
would.
Mysterio on 205 Live.
No, but if you think about it.
It would
Rey
be perfect.
Mysterio,
I would love it.
It would be. But Rey Mysterio carrying the Cruiserweight Championship could be what 205 Live needs to boost them on the main show. To boost them back on the Monday Night Raw.
That plus, does Rey Mysterio live in Florida or does he still live in California?
I think he's still in California.
Damn. I was going to say, because if they move the 205 Live, what I think 205 Live needs is it needs to be filmed at Full Sail. The Full Sail crowd, the Orlando crowd, will appreciate these matches.
Yes. That's exactly right.
As well, you know what's really, really stupid? They're still filming the show after SmackDown. So instead of letting them go out before SmackDown while the crowd are fresh, they still film it after SmackDown. So SmackDown happens, then Mixed Match Challenge happens, and then they send out the Cruiserweights.
Oh, crocky.
No wonder the crowd is so terrible.
Yeah. I think you're right. Move them to where NXT gets filmed, move them to Full Sail, or even have them tour with NXT and have some of the 205 guys on NXT every now and again.
Oh, well, I put this out there. I said, I think that you could make a third touring brand and have NXT, a women's show, and 205 Live, and have them tour. And that's a third, have it live now and have it go to all different cities, just like Raw and SmackDown do. Then you've got 3 touring brands. You're printing money at that point.
That's exactly right.
If you do that, you're picking up the indie crowd, you're picking up the All In crowd, you're picking up the Ring of Honor crowd, the New Japan crowd with this NXT 205 Live Mae Young Classic combination.
Yeah, that would be money. Yeah, that would be money. 100%.
So I that's what I would say to do is have those 3 shows go live. But I hope it happens, but I don't think it will. Then we got Mustafa Ali versus Hideo Itami. You can imagine how good this match was.
Oh, yes.
Any other week without Truth TV, this would be match of the week, but Truth TV was the match of the week for sure.
Truth TV was just the week.
Truth TV was everything. Truth TV is life. Truth TV is love. But no, Mustafa Ali versus Hideo Itami, really good match, as you expect.
Yeah,
some
of course.
Big spots. They fought outside the ring. The 450 splash onto the apron.
Oh, yes.
Holy crap. And that ends the match. Neither man got up from that. It was a double count out, 10 count. They're going to go again, obviously. This one's not over.
Please.
Right.
There's no way this.
No, this will continue. They'll go a best of 3 for sure.
Oh, they'd have to. Without a doubt.
Did you watch Mae Young Classic this week?
No.
Son of a bitch! God damn! What are you doing? You have one job! You need to watch Mae Young Classic! What is wrong with you?
No. So I didn't watch Mae Young Classic.
I did a lap of The Office. I've calmed down.
So I didn't watch Mae Young Classic this week, mainly because there are 9 hours. Unfortunately, even though I was running a little behind this week, mainly doing some organising for Melbourne and stuff like that, trying to finalise that stuff as well for us. But yeah, it was the Mae Young Classics to me. It's not that I don't find it enjoyable. It's more the fact that I don't know if I'm going to want to watch it. I didn't watch the first one.
Okay, yeah.
Like, it's just one of those shows that...
It's one of the best wrestling shows of the week, but I'll just quickly run through the results and then we'll go to NXT. So Hiroyo Matsumoto advanced after defeating Rachel Evers, who is, of course, Rachel Ellering, Paul Ellering's daughter. Tainara Conchi, she's the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu expert. She defeated Jessie Elaban to continue. Conchi has talked about wanting to have a match with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was one of her idols that got her into. So they're building her a little. It was pretty good. That was a pretty good match. Jessie Elaban, I like her. She's fun. She's kind of this goofy, nerdy character. Anyway, Nicole Matthews defeated Isla Dawn. This was the upset of the week to me. Nicole Matthews is an absolute veteran of the indie scene, but Isla Dawn is someone who's signed under NXT UK, and you can tell they have a bright future for. Like they really have. They're high on this chick, and she lost this one clean.
Oh, wow!
I mean, they're all clean. Everything's clean on the Mae Young Classic, but yeah, it was just odd to me. I didn't expect it. And then the debut of Io Shirai. Everyone else is finally falling in love with her knees. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say.
Does Riley like you?
she does some brutal knee strikes, and she defeated Zaya Brookside, who is the daughter 19. She's 19, this kid. She's the daughter of Robbie Brookside. She's fantastic. But Io Shirai obviously advancing in the Mae Young Classic. I'm pretty sure she's going to make the finals. If you know, don't tell me. I avoid spoilers. Pretty sure she's going to make the finals. Moving on, NXT.
Yes. This
NXT
one I saw.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, you watch NXT. Regal opens the show, gets cut off by the Undisputed Era, and they're basically, I'll boil down their promo to 2 words, or 3 words, 4 words. I'll boil down their promo to 2 words and a name. Professor Regal, you slippin'.
Yeah, kinda.
They're basically saying he's not doing his job because he's too busy pretending to be Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. That's what you're slipping means. You got to work on your slang, buddy. Yeah, they basically say he's slipping and he's not doing his job properly, and now they feel unsafe because they're being stalked by the War Raiders.
Oh, come on. I can understand them trying to play this off. Like, it's just... It's an overdone move where the heel's pretending to be the victim. And to be honest... I love what's coming. I do, but I'm starting to see that bit overdone.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one of my things. And actually, what happened with the matches that were announced? Undisputed Era had it coming.
Yeah. So Adam Cole demands a rematch, and Regal's like, "No, you can't have the match. I'm not falling for your bullcrap. In 2 weeks, you have a triple threat match with Pete Dunne and Ricochet for the North American Championship." So that's happening. And then as well, that same week or the next week after that?
I think it's the same week. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
The Undisputed Era have to defend against the War Raiders. So
exactly right.
Very good. Very exciting for those. And then we move on to... very excited for those. Then we move on, and Gargano says he's sick of whining, crying, and complaining. Good, we're sick of it too. Let's get past that. He can't be Johnny Wrestling sitting on his couch. He's gonna do something about it. And then Lacey approaches and tells Candice she's a terrible wife. Like, okay, random.
Yeah, that was just kind of like, all right, sure, you're crazy. You're crazy.
So
that's what I got.
Yeah, obviously Lacey Evans is going to have a match with Candice, and Lacey is going to win because they need some heels to build up for Kairi Sane. So that makes sense. Then we get a Lars Sullivan hype video that seemed really out of place, and Dream is finishing a photo shoot, and Dream doesn't want to talk. Dream implies that Tommaso Ciampa did it, but Dream is not a snitch. What does Dream know that we don't know?
I reckon Dream's copped word. I don't think the Dream actually knows, but I think Dream's copped word from one of Nikki Cross's little whisperings. That's
I can imagine that the Dream is the only person who can actually communicate with Nikki Cross.
No, 100%. 100%, that's where I see it. It's like another Woken Matt Hardy segment where no one can understand what Woken Matt Hardy says except for Senior Benjamin.
So then we get Sullivan versus Jobber, And EC3 interferes to attack Sullivan. He actually gets the better of Lars Sullivan as Lars Sullivan retreats. That's an odd choice for Lars Sullivan.
It was, but I like it.
Yeah, it was good.
Makes
it was
Lars
good.
look normal.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I want my monster heels to look normal, but okay. Nikki Cross approaches Regal, saying she wants to play with Belair again. And then he's like, yeah, I'll think about it. And so she's like, I know, I know, I'm crazy,
Yeah,
I sounded like a vampire.
I don't like it.
And then
But
Regal,
to be honest,
but Regal's just like, oh, no one knows what Nikki knows. Like, have you tried asking her, like, properly? I don't know.
I actually think that Nikki Cross has something to do with this.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, I'm actually fully convinced that Nikki Cross has something to do with this picture. I reckon Nikki Cross has got something to do with the Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black situation. I reckon that feud's not done.
Yeah, it's possible. I could imagine. I said my first pick for this was Dream. I wanted it to be Dream attacked him, just to get back and do that feud again because I think that it was really good. But you know, I don't know. I'm still curious to see it play out, but it is sort of taking a little bit too long at this point.
Yeah.
Then there was a lot of matches on NXT this week. Mighty versus Street Profits. Mighty have the chains and the cup, and the Mighty win clean. Because they're heels, but they're going to win clean. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. It was good. Like, psychology in that match was actually really good.
Yeah, it was a fun match to watch for the Street Profits. But it was... I don't know. I'm just kind of... I'm getting bored.
Yeah, I'm starting to get bored of Street Profits now. But what really annoyed me is I like it when Street Profits come out and dance because I love their music. To me, when they dance,
liked them
I'm like,
better when they were
I
being
want to
serious.
dance. Yeah, I actually...
No, I liked them better being serious. You know I don't like Street Profits.
Yeah, I know. But I just... To me, I didn't like this side of Street Profits. I like it when they dance.
Okay, fair enough. We'll agree to disagree. Kairi Sane defeats Vanessa Bourne in a really quick match. The match wasn't the point here. Shayna Baszler comes out and they agree to a rematch at Evolution.
Which, to be honest, half of us saw coming.
Yeah, we knew that was coming. What we didn't know was coming was Keith Lee and Kona Reeves having a bit of a feud. So Keith Lee's walking backstage and he goes into a room where Kona Reeves is getting his hair done, it looked like, for an interview. And Kona is like, you know, he goes to shake his hand, but then he pulls away at the last minute and Keith's like, oh yeah, you have the finest losing streak in NXT. You know, and he says it in that Keith Lee voice. That's not what he said. He was like, you have the finest set of losses or something like that. And then he's like, can't wait for them to face. I don't know. They're going to have a match, essentially. Yes. And then we get Tommaso Ciampa, Tommy Entertainment against Otis Dozovic. Good match. Dozovic has chops, man.
He does.
He's better than people give him credit for.
Yeah, Dozovic is actually a really good performer. Like, he's athletic. He's actually got charisma behind him.
Oh,
like that's
dripping charisma.
He looks to be a really good worker. But absolutely. I don't know, with this heavy machinery, it's got to be done right.
I love him in Heavy Machinery. This guy just drips personality. But ultimately, Tommaso Ciampa gets the win with the draping DDT. This is just a match to keep the champ looking strong. And that's it. Next week, we're going to get Forgotten Sons in action. We're going to see EC3 versus Lars Sullivan. And that's NXT for the week. It was a pretty good week.
It was.
Putting aside Truth TV, what would you say was your match of the week or moment of the week? Truth TV obviously shits all over everything. So what else?
I'm going to go a bit soft here, to be honest. The charity promo during Raw that actually touched me in a spot where I was like, all right, this is...
Boo.
Like, hear me out.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It touched me in a way where it was like, okay, they're fighting for a cause, they're doing something amazing. But then out of all of this situation, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a huge fan of Fortnite, and the kid did the hype dance. Thank you. To me, anything things that aren't wrestling, that moment right there, I was like, yes, thank you. And then Truth TV goes and does the floss, and then they mention Fortnite. I don't know. I'm just a massive fan of Fortnite, and they did it in like all in 1 week. I was just so happy with it.
For me, it was definitely Mustafa Ali versus Hideo Itami. Definitely people should check out that match, and I'm more excited for what's to come from those guys. Now, that's all we have time for, so where can people find you, CJ?
Facebook at CJ's World and on Instagram at CJ's_World.
I am at Greg Unchained on Twitter, at the Greg Unchained on Instagram. We collectively are the B Plus Wrestle on Twitter because wrestling wouldn't fit. The B Plus Wrestling everywhere else. Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you name it, we're there. Find us, give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe, give us a comment. 5-star review on iTunes if you feel so inclined. It really helps us if you could do that. Thank you so much for listening.
Hold one. Arm drag.
You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
So, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two. Arm bar.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
It's still real to me, damn it. Dummy. Hold three. The moss covered. Three-handle family credential.